All right, so Week 16 quick hitters for the Titans and Packers on Sunday Night Football. Keys to the game, bold prediction, score prediction. Tyler, start us off with your key to the game.
Key to the game is going to be something that I've already mentioned in our podcast, and it's going to be the Titans have to get Derrick Henry involved, give him the ball 25 to 30 times. I would probably prefer more like 30 in this game because they need to control the clock, as I've said for the past couple of weeks. And
You've said that
but
for a while.
But what's happened the past couple of weeks?
Well,
that they've
done it.
They gave Derrick Henry the ball more, controlled the clock, and they've won pretty big. So keep giving him the ball, control the time of possession, keep the Packers offense on the sidelines.
My key to the game is going to be they're going to have to control the Packers pass rush. I talked about Zadarius Smith earlier in the podcast. He's got 11.5 sacks on the year. They're going to have to keep him away from Ryan Tannehill. The Packers are going to be scoring. Titans are going to have to be able to keep up with them. And so giving up sacks, that's not the kind of setback that you can allow. They got to keep Ryan Tannehill out of the dirt.
I like it. Now, on to our bold predictions. What is your bold prediction going to be this week?
This is a little bit out there. It's different than anything I've ever done in my bold predictions. But I'm going to say, and I don't know how often this happens or whatever, but I think that on every possession but two or less, there will be a touchdown scored. There will only be 2 possessions or less that will result in field goal, punt, or turnover.
And you're saying that for both teams?
Both teams
combined?
throughout the whole game.
So we're only going to see 2 punts.
Punts, interceptions, fumbles, whatever. 2 possessions where there's not a touchdown.
Okay. Now,
I am setting the bar.
Does that count if, like, say, the Titans or Packers were to have a defensive touchdown? I mean, because technically that would be a touchdown on the drive, just not for the team that had the ball.
I'll take it. Give me the defensive touchdown. Because that drive is resulting in a touchdown of some sort.
Just not necessarily for maybe the team that
not
started
necessarily
the drive.
the way that you would expect.
All right.
I'm setting the bar up here.
All right. So you would agree with me the Titans' defense is not top tier?
No.
All right. The Packers in just 4 games this season have been held to 24 points or less.
Oh, I see exactly where you're going here. And I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it. Continue.
I'm going to say that the Titans are going to hold the Packers to less than 24 points.
Now, let me tell you why I don't like it. Because your key to the game is that they've got to slow the game down with Derrick Henry, control the game. I mean, if they're taking a lot of time off the clock with Derrick Henry, I think they're going to hold the Packers under 24.
But
I'll give it to you.
Like I said, there's only been 4 times that's happened.
I'll listen. I'll give it to you. We'll roll with it. Because I don't trust in the Titans' defense that much.
Well, and that's why my first point wanted to be that you would agree that the Titans' defense is not a top-tier defense.
Now, there can be, well, I don't know. That would be tough. It would be tough for both of our bold predictions to come true.
Yeah,
Real
it would.
tough.
Well, I mean, unless the Titans did slow the game down that much and there wasn't that many possessions.
I don't know. I don't see that. But anyways, let's get to our score predictions. I think I know kind of where yours is roughly going to be for the Packers. But let's hear it.
You actually do not. I'm going against my bold prediction because I don't see it happening.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Titans 38, the Packers 35.
Okay. I think that's very realistic. This game is honestly, in my opinion, a toss-up. Could go either way. I'm going to drop a little bombshell on you here. Packers 37, Titans 31. I think the Packers come away with a win on Sunday Night Football, prime time. It would be I wish the Titans would come out and get a statement win here, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
Man, that's a first.
It's a first. It's a first for the podcast.
For during the season, that is a first.
It's a first, yeah.
And look, I mean, we both said before the season started that, this game was going to be tough.
Yeah. I think this is a good one to pick to set the stage for, picking the Titans.
Lambeau, late season.
Absolutely.
I can definitely understand where you're coming from.
And that's kind of the narrative I've given this whole time. This is a tough matchup because you're going to Lambeau, a tough place to play. Even though home field advantage, that'll be a story for another day. Doesn't mean what it has in previous years. But it's Lambeau.
People in the comments, both on just the podcast and on the YouTube, don't get on him too much. I mean, he has some pretty good points about this, and
I'm making it a close game.
You are, but I mean, we've said this before. During the season, it's just hard to pick against the Titans.
Listen, I didn't want to do it, but I'm trying to get the score prediction right. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but one reason that I am going to stick with the Titans win here is because, it is going to be a statement game. They need to go up there and show that they can, beat any team at their home place. And, it would just give them even more confidence, and our offense is just a juggernaut. I mean, I've been seeing other Titans people, Titans fans say this, and I have to agree with them. This is by far the best Titans offense we have ever seen.
Yeah, we ranked our top five, whatever, offensive teams in the offseason. We were trying to come up with some content. This one trumps all of it.
Yeah, this offense is without a doubt the best Titans offense we have ever seen.
I agree.
So that's why I think they can go up there and have the firepower to actually come out with the win in Lambeau. And like I said, I think Derrick Henry is going to play a big part in that.
So, it's going to be interesting to see. This is without a doubt biggest game of the year. Titans have a chance to clinch a playoff spot with a win, and they can clinch the AFC South with a win and a Colts loss.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And the Colts play earlier in the day.
Well, they play earlier in the day. They play the Steelers, who could be a little pissed off after a Bengals loss.
That loss to watch for. That loss to the Bengals could, bite the Colts in the ass because
Juju's off of TikTok. He's focused on his game. We'll see how it goes.
Like you said, the Steelers could be pissed off because they've dropped 3 in a row now.
Yeah, and Big Ben doesn't look like he has. He's kind of old, kind of washed. Maybe we see a Mason Rudolph appearance.
Maybe he's back on that addiction that he had before. We're not really going to dive too deep into that.
Who knows? But hey, it's going to be interesting to see. Everybody, make sure that you're on our social media. You're involved in all that stuff. The ones that we're most active on, Twitter, it's Titans_time. On Facebook, it's Titans Time. And then we're also on Instagram, Titans Time Podcast. On YouTube, it's Titans Time Podcast as well. You can find our podcast on any podcast platform. This is for the YouTube people. Make sure that you're checking out the podcast as well. All those things will be popping up on the screen. It just searches Titans Time on there. And then, of course, our website, TitansTimePodcast.com.
Guys, if you're listening to us on the podcast, make sure you're subscribed. Rate us 5 stars. Leave us some comments and some questions. We'll make sure to include them on the next podcast. For everyone watching us on YouTube, go down, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the post notifications, like the video, share the video, and leave us some comments on the videos. Let us know what your score predictions are for this game and who you have winning.
Bold predictions. Drop your bold predictions.
Yeah, give us some bold predictions as well. And everyone either listening to the podcast or watching on our YouTube, we're trying to hit 200 subscribers on our YouTube before the end of December. We're at 167 right now, guys.
We got to make a push if we're going to make it.
It's coming down to the wire. I still believe we can make it. So if you haven't subscribed already, please go do that. Share it with your friends and family, and have them subscribe as well. We really appreciate it so much.
This has been Titans Time, and as always, Tighten up.